Hello, hello. Welcome back to anyone who joined us for the writing sprints earlier. Who's ready to plan an amazing week? I am excited to see, now this feels a little more polished, how much more clarity this will just give us overall. It's kind of a nice, this way we kind of get to tick all the boxes and we have like a full view of everything that we need to do in the week. Maybe some of the things we just want to cut, or, like we can really take a look and see where our time is going and see maybe what kind of future changes we want to make little by little. Obviously, we don't really want to necessarily make huge leaps because that's more likely to derail us. But it's a nice way to see where we're kind of been putting our time. And, sometimes maybe there's things on our list that are just not serving us anymore. So who is with us? Hey, Chris, welcome. And Heather, hello. Yes, make sure you guys grab the template from the description and print that out, or you can use it digitally with your tablet. Either one works. Of course, you'll need the software for it. If Good Notes is a good one. What is it? Notability? I've never tried that one. Something like that. So use whatever you're using. And half of my mind's kind of tempted to start doing it digitally. But then I kind of like to just fold the paper in half and have it, put it just inside of my planner and kind of have them together. So it kind of works that way too. If I do digital, that'd be one more step. Do I want to go there? I'd save them trees. Alright guys, let's dive on in. So welcome to Planning the Right Way, where we use story to create our future that we want. Hey Kat, hello, come on in, hon. Okay guys, the two templates I'm referring to it's a 2-page template. So this is the first page, or the first side of the page, which takes into account basically our ordinary world and all the things that we kind of, we need to get done. We don't really get a choice in some of this. We do need sleep. We need the day job. We have important events and stuff in our lives that we want to make sure we don't miss. Of course, we look at where we've been, and then we're going to do some math here to figure out the time that we have and the times that we're giving to each thing for our protected time. Those top 6 goals that we have for ourselves and our self-care. It's all part of a calculation now to ensure that the time is there, and it's all part of that protected little bubble that we want to be in. We can see that, we can see where that time needs to be. I figured out the health goal needs to be a lot more than it has to be the number one, because just the sheer amount of time it takes. And it's not even really, it's a non-negotiable. So, okay guys, the other side is all about our projects and our business and our writing, our creative projects and tasks, and basically taking into account the things that we are passion projects. We'll call them passion projects. These are the ones that really have our heart and soul, and the things that we are often struggling to find time for. With this system, we can find time to do it because we're incorporating it into our plan and narrowing down the time that we have for them. It may not always be the amount of time that you want, but it will be focused time, so you'll actually get more done than when you're trying to figure out and guess and you have lots of downtime because you're not 100% sure what you want to move into or work on. This will be all narrowed down for you and hyper focus. Okay guys, so our first one, we're going to start on this page with our backstory and our gold star moments, distractions and best fixes, and what we've been avoiding. Because face it, we all have things that we avoid. Okay guys, so let's begin our backstory. A set of events that have occurred before the main story. I'm going to use timers less today because I found there's some things, because we now have a template, that we don't have to write things out so much, that it's easier to just input as we're talking the actual time that we need or the words that we need to write down, right? So I'm hoping that this will be we'll be able to get this more concise in a nice, tighter amount of time. And that way we have more time to get back to all that creative projects we want to do. All right, so first off, we're going to start with a reflection. We're going to celebrate our gold star moments, those successes that we had last week. And it doesn't matter how small, find something positive that you did and shake the pom-poms. This is us being our own cheerleaders and being cheerleaders for each other. And then also I want you to analyze your challenges, your biggest distractions, and write down your best fixes. That way, when you struggle next time, you can reach for a box of fixes that have worked in the past, and you can just get right back on track. Okay, guys, this one we will use a 2-minute timer for. And let's fill out our gold star moments and our best fixes and go. Oops. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I actually really enjoyed the Zoom meeting for the class I'm taking, and ended up making so many connections of between what we've been reading and watching in terms of the lecture and lecture notes and stuff, and then the actual how to do it. Like, it just was like a nice light bulb moments were going off. I loved it. Fantastic moment this week. Excellent 2 hours of my life. I was so happy. I loved it. And for and the realization that came from that as well, that when I read through the chapters for the one of the original assignments, like module 2, that I had kind of kept most of it up in my head, and I realized after COVID that was a mistake. If I had done now what I know, as she explained it to us, with how she actually takes her notes and stuff, I was trying to do it all on computer, which is not my strong suit. Not when it comes to anything where I'm being very analytical with it. I like to handwrite that out. So now I have, I'm just using just a regular lined notepad, and this is just working so much better, and just piecing everything out and so much more clarity. And I wish I had done it 2 weeks ago, right? So that was a great realization. Let's see. Read a success for me. More time with revising chapters and using Pro Writing Aid and my live writing stream yesterday. Love that. Heather. I got half a short story done writing on paper. First time in years. Hands cramped after, but worth it. Woo, love that. Yeah, hand cramping means that you that magic happened on the page, right? I love it, guys. Okay, guys, our next one will be that reluctance. What are you avoiding? Why? Does it still matter? Break it down, make it priority number one, and schedule it. Okay, guys, I'll give you guys a 2-minute time for this one, just so you can get a little thought on it. As to what you think might be, what do you find that keeps appearing on your calendar over and over and over again, but never gets checked off? What is it? And what is it? Pardon me. Is it a fear thing? Is it an emotional thing? What is it about it that is making it so that you are not comfortable? Let's figure it out and go. We have this week. Swing. Why don't I? Okay. What did you guys come up with? I've been avoiding writing. And why have I been avoiding writing? Well, partly playing catch up with the course, but also I think I lost a little bit of the thread of the story after having COVID. Like, I think I have to find my way back to it. I think I've lost it a bit, which is not what I had in mind, and this sucks. Yeah, I'm kind of, I wouldn't say avoiding it, but there's definitely a lack of comfort there. Like, I feel a little lost in the story. I start thinking about it, and then I feel like I have more questions. And I don't mean good questions. I mean the questions that are like, what did I decide? COVID brain sucks, guys. So what did you guys come up with? Candace, so many things. Oh, expand. Top 3. Oh, what a horrible way of thinking top 3. Rita, avoiding moving boxes from upstairs hall area to the closet. I just want to revise enough. Yes, I have 2 bookcases that I want to bring back downstairs here. Not back downstairs. I want to bring them downstairs. We built them up there. But they are just large enough that I'm like just dreading this. Now, this isn't a long-term avoidance. This is something that's basically less than a week old, but at the same time, every time I think about it, I'm like, I would really like them down here, but I want to tell a porter that I can just press a button and it'll end up downstairs. I don't want to have to actually get them down here. So yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, guys, we're going to move on into our next one. As for the nap, that does sound lovely. Did not sleep so great last night. So, stage 2 is distractions. Yes, I've named them distractions because, face it, that's what they feel like. We may often find some level of joy doing these things, but at the same time, they also always feel like they're kind of taking away from the things that we want to do. So we're going to call them distractions and call them what they are, because they are things that prevent someone from giving full attention to something else. We have to go to sleep at night. How often have you started getting to flow and you feel like you're really on it and you're just so tired that you're falling asleep? But you're so wanting to do it, right? And it's like this conflict between what your body needs and what's happening on the page, right? Or what's happening within the creative on the canvas, right? Let's see, Heather, I'm moving stuff here too. I don't want to deal with family arguments. I think, is that a want? What is that? Let me know. Okay, guys, so our first one is all those important dates. For this one, I highly recommend that you just pull out your favorite monthly calendar, whether it be Google Calendar or your physical monthly calendar that you use in your planner, whichever one. And we want to note down for the next 2 weeks the holidays and events that are coming at you, birthdays, appointments, any commitments, and note your travel time. That was want. Perfect. That's okay. Travel time, action steps, prep, confirmation if needed. Often there isn't these days. And paperwork. I need to actually write one thing down because I have to actually schedule it. And if I forget, I'm going to hopefully get one this week, but it might have to be next week. There, get that down there before my brain forgets. Okay, guys, so open up your calendar, and I will do one more time I think on this one. Just gonna try to make sure here. I've got, the next one I think we do while we're talking. Okay, and we'll get a 2-minute timer for you guys on this one. So go to your calendar of your choice and see what's coming your way. I think I have a couple little things I gotta fix because I deleted too soon. Classes that were supposed to be over by now that were bumped, or they ended up having sick days and stuff, and then so now it's all been bumped to extra classes that I don't have on my calendar. So I'm gonna have to take stock of what's really coming at me, because I know there's some times where I thought at this point we would be over most of them, and they're not. So that's messing plans a little bit. So begin, guys. Yes, let's see what we got. Let's say the 15th. This is 12, 13, 14. This is 12, 13, 14. This is 17th. Do I not actually have anything? Strange. That's where there's something. Nice. Perfect. So, question is email. Hmm. Shoot. Not sure where I sent it. Shoot. I love when I get a piece of information and then I do not recall which app I was in that I saw it, because that one was not in the email, unfortunately, which would have been handy to have. Alternate. I don't know. Shoot. Okay, I will have to dig that out later from whatever place I tucked it. Let's see, Crystal, I think I'm going to sit outside in the sunshine. It is absolutely gorgeous. I can take this with me since it's on my Lanai. What's a Lanai tape? Is that some kind of tablet? What is that? Please sure. Rita, I'm babysitting Monday to Thursday, so there's a few afternoons I'll be busy, and I've tried watching one of Jenna's special workshop. And well, let's see, these 4 kids needs revision. My birthday for Sunday. Oh, happy birthday, Head. As well as the HB90 kickoff call. Yes, guys. For anyone that is interested, take a look in the description and in my affiliate link and take a look. Next week, yes, that's what I should note as well. Next week, I'm going to be running our weekly plan with me on the Saturday, so that we can, because I need to do quarterly planning. I haven't actually done it fully in a while, and Q2 is a little frightening. And I'm excited to do what I'm doing, but it's a little frightening. And I know that I'm going to need a full quarterly plan. And I'm not going to be able to fudge my way through this one. So I'm going to be taking Sunday off so I can fully immerse myself in HB90, hopefully along with everybody else here, and have a good, solid quarterly plan. So we're going to do our weekly, though, on the Saturday. So if you guys want to note that down. Let's see, guys. Lori, hey! Finally made it. Hey, not so bad. You're okay, hon. Heather, doctor appointments Thursday and Friday. Last publish and thrive. True. That one didn't happen, and I knew it wasn't going to happen. I just, like I kind of wrote down Camp Nano, and I laughed at myself because there's like no way that I am going to be able to do the advanced developmental editing course and do Camp Nano. And they're both going to be in April, so it's not going to happen. I'm going to support you guys in doing Nano, but if you're choosing to do it, but it's not going to be for me this time unless, well, actually it's a Cap Nano. I could take a really tiny little slice. Oh, is that a wise decision? I don't like missing Cam Nanos. I could take a tiny one this time and do like something really small to equal it out to the time that I want for my writing, but dangerous territory. I'll want to do more than I will have time for, I know. Let's see. Book club Monday, at least the college has spring break. Nice. Lanai is our porch area. Oh, I see. Okay. That's very cool. I did not know that. I love learning new things. What time on Saturday? I think I've got it down for 7 p.m. Eastern. I do believe it's what I've got it at. 4 p.m. Eastern for our writing sprints and 7 p.m. for the, I think that's what I've scribbled down on my calendar. Yeah. Yes. So that's what I'm going to try for anyway. So if I have to tweak it, I might just make it like a half-hour difference. I'm kind of concerned because we have the Publish and Thrive Q&A. Half a mind to make it a half-hour later. Do like the do a 4:30. Let me think on that. I don't want to burn out. I don't want to burn you guys out. I don't. Okay, guys. We are going to move on into our next section and see. This one is, now we actually have a template for this one with our 168 hours and filling in the times. So this one this is the Life's Tasks one, but part of, so that's kind of the nitty gritty that you want to get done. So say laundry, you want to do your bedding and your towels this week, right? You want to get specific kind of on what you want to do. I'm sorry, guys, voice wants to be mean. basically day job, if you kind of know approximately how many hours you have to give to that, you can just start filling out the time slots if you'd like on that part as things kind of come to you as you work through it. I'm hoping that each will kind of bounce off the other, and if there's a specific thing, you'll fill it out that way. And if it's just the time, then you can fill it out in the time one. And that way you're kind of doing both. All right, guys, I'll put a 2-minute timer up for that one so that we can bounce back and forth and do that. Many appointments. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I was kind of going back and forth. My deadline for the assignment for my course is Wednesday. So I think after that, I'll take the opportunity to do some heavy duty cleaning around here, including the home office here, and getting this space under control because it's become a bit unruly. As I said, we bought some additional pieces and stuff here that are kind of creeping into my space. My daughter brought some things down here that are kind of irritating me because I don't want them here. So gonna have to figure some of this stuff out because I'm feeling very crowded and I don't feel like I'm me in my space right now. I feel like everybody's decided that they could use this space and I did not give permission for that. So I gotta get that worked out. But I probably should switch it around to I'm gonna do a general declutter, get the stuff out of here and into other places where they belong. I need to also purchase some smaller totes because I used some bigger totes that I already had for something and they don't fit in the area that I want to put them in, specifically the cabinet behind me. The doors do not come off, they just slide and you only get so much an opening. So I gotta actually get smaller little totes for that because the ones I have are just a little too wide and I can't get them in there. So I'll have to get that done. Okay guys, our next one will be major conflicts. Not everyone will have this, but if you have something coming at you, it's better to see it coming and basically be able to make adjustments now so that by the time it actually reaches, you get to that point, you have a little more open time and the ability to do what you've been wanting to do during that break. So this is breaks of routine. So vacations, major holidays, surgeries, conferences, etc. And the goal is to figure out what it is we want to do during whatever it is. So whether we want to relax, participate, enjoy, or recover, and what we need to get done before that to allow that to happen. And also, how long is it going to take you to get back to normal, including your rest period? So if you have anything coming up, just scribble it out there. The only one that I have is the next course is coming up, and I do believe that is April, I want to say 3rd. I do believe it starts. It's April 3rd or 4th. And that way, I know that's going to create a disruption, because I think on top of everything else of all the work we have to do for that particular one, we also have to work through the entire novel, which is fine. I mean, face it, if I was just reading for pleasure, do that in a couple days, right? But if I'm having to be analyzing it a lot too, I'm going to have to give time to that, and that's going to be a disruption to probably a lot more than what I was doing with this one. With this one, we only did basically 8 chapters of the beginning of a novel, and sort of looking at a short story as well. So fingers crossed, I can get ahead of that. So that gives me basically, let's say 2.5 weeks to get my ducks in a row. Let's see, 2 to 3 weeks here to get everything sorted and organized, and get my spaces as well where I need them. Plus, I have the new realization that some things are going to be more written notes as well, so I've got to make sure my desk space works for that. All right, guys, we're going to move on to our ticking clock, stage 3. A time limit or deadline that adds constraint, obstacles, and ensures the protagonist must act. So, often, especially if we feel like we have all the time in the world, we tend to waste a bit of time. So the idea here is to start looking at the time that we have, and really getting a clear view of what amount of time we have to work with, and helping us to define our protected time so that we can protect it. Because if we don't actually know how much time we have, we might fritter some of it away, and we don't want to do that, right? So our first step is knowledge of time, which is you have 168 hours this week. Most of them are spoken for. So you have about 49 hours of sleep. That is going to be 7 hours a night. If you need more, then you put more, right? I wouldn't say put too much less, though. That tends to lead to burnout. So watch yourself on that one. It's a really easy one that we tend to want to reach for. So fill in what you think your sleep amount would be for the week. This doesn't have to be perfect, guys. This is just kind of an estimate so we can figure out our protected time. The next one is the day job. This is not anything that you're doing out of any of your passion projects, your creative projects, your side hustles, or anything like that. This is literally the day job that you would like to someday replace. So I put 45 down for that one. That is a full-time job with some travel time. Put down again what you think you will need. I have 21 hours in the week for meals and cooking. That's about 3 hours a day given to, and you have to again look at your own. Are you prepping every meal? Are some things like super easy, like you're just, making a piece of toast and calling that your breakfast or your lunch? I mean, think about the time, how it lays out for you. If you find yourself at the kitchen often doing full meals that take an hour to prep, again, calculate accordingly. 14 hours for family time. We try to do a couple hours every night of just hanging out and just watching something or playing something or just kind of having some good old family time. Again, you do what works for you. I've got 2 hours for errands in this example. And again, figure out what it is that you need. If you're doing say you're doing online grocery shopping, well then obviously your errand time should be reduced, right? Chores I have for 3, and then 3.5 hours, so a half hour each for your morning routine and evening routine, which will leave 27 hours for your goals. So what does your time look like? I hope you guys were able to write that out as we were going. Let's see. The only two that I did not get written out was the appointments, because I swear my husband said he had one this week, and I don't have it written down. So that's not very helpful. Let's see. So we're going to go. So for me, I ended up with a total of 138. So taking that away from the 168, I ended up with 30, which I think I'll be okay. I still have time today. Okay, guys. Our next one is our goals pyramid. This is breaking down what is our big goal, our 1 to 2 medium goals, and our 2 to 3 small goals. This one we're going to work in two places. You have your section here. Oops, I didn't get the right spot there. Section there for basically your protected time. Each block is, of course, descending sizes. And then on the back, we're going to have spaces again for each one of those. So action 1 is to name your goals, your big picture categories. So health, writing, social media, maybe like I'm doing the developmental editing. It's just going to be a huge change to my life, and hopefully it will become a part and parcel to being a published author, and the two will work together. That's the goal. And then maybe whatever you're like. I have YouTube. I have the YouTube channel, and I have social media split up, because when I do them, they tend to have a little bit of a different feel to each other. Now that is a smart question, Rita. I added 20 hours for HB90 and planning in that list. That is actually a really good idea, because that is going to take some solid time. So yes, especially if you're watching like all the videos again, that is really good. And that will definitely help shape how the rest of your week will go, right? Okay, so that's the first one, is our categories. So we'll get those written down. So what are you thinking for your biggest category? Your 1 to 2 medium ones, and your 2 to 3 small ones. I think that I am finding that I'm having to reduce on some other things just to make all this work, because I'm finding it's just, when the reality time came into it, I realized no wonder I'm always feeling rushed and behind. And the second part is to list those 6 broad goal categories under the plotting on page 2. Hey, Elizabeth, how's it going, hon? There are already sections provided, which I showed you, for each one of those. And the final slot is our self-care. Okay, guys, I will give you a couple minutes just for this one so you can get it all written up and go. I want. I'm going to give HB95. Okay, how did you guys do? I ended up with taking, as Rita suggested, we definitely are going to need that time for the HB90. I don't plan to watch the videos again, just go through the exercise portion of it. And so I gave 5 hours for that. I think I should be able to do it in that, especially if I'm using it and calculating out and giving that time specifically by that task. I think I should be able to do it. That way I can just watch the videos that I need to watch, which won't be probably too many of them. Let's see. Elizabeth, my big goal is to get back to writing and use the notes I have in my notebook. Perfect. My medium goal of mine is to organize stuff in my bedroom and overall become organized. Nice. Piece by piece, and support that by actually using good organizational pieces. I've found that over the years, any of the areas that I look at that I kind of cringe at, it's because the actual storage organizers and totes and stuff that I used are not. If I were to redo them now, they would be something that would be far more organized than that. They're just kind of like, even the way I keep my Christmas stuff, they're in totes, and it makes it that instead of being able to pull out exactly what I want every Christmas, I'm going to pull out all of them, and it's very chaotic, and I really would like to do them better than that. So like, I would like to replace them all with clear totes so I can see exactly what's in them. And that way, when I'm looking for specific pieces, I don't have to go through everything. I will see it. So there's many pieces around here that I really want to get organized on and change out to things that just work better. Let's see, Laura. My big goal is to start the first draft of my new story. I'd like to write 6 chapters this week. I love that. Yes. Guys, our next one is protected time. So this is the math, guys. This one I will give you a little bit more time on, I think. So we don't give 100% because if we do 100% all the time, we completely burn out, and that's not healthy. We don't want to do that. So the percentages we're going to use is our protected time times 40% for the big goal, 20% for our medium goals, 20 and 20, and then 5% each for our small goals. And that's going to give us 95%. That other 5% plus the remainder, whether you're rounding up or down, you're going to end up with some kind of little remainder. That goes to your self-care. And that self-care is part of your protected time because you need it to stay healthy and happy and well and have the creative juices you need to create. Let's see. Lori, my medium goal is to watch the videos for Publish and Thrive Mod 6. Yes. I can't believe it's already Module 6. Crazy. Let's see. Rita, big goal, revising Lear medium. Vlogs I want to watch, and extra time for HB90 and social media. I really want to add content this week. Oh, nice. Elizabeth, I don't know how much writing I can do this week with this neurological issue I have, but I do want to get some writing done each day, Monday to Saturday. And just give yourself a small goal, even if it's 250, 500 words. Just show up for yourself, right? Okay, guys, let's get that timer going on, and let's figure out from your end calculation of everything you figured out you need to do for this week. And we're taking that from the 168 to see what your remainder is. And then you're going to take that remaining number, that's your protected time, minus 25, and then calculate that 40%, 20%, 20%, 5, 5, and 5, and then 5 in the remainder. Okay, guys, I'll give you a couple minutes just to get your math in and go. Yeah, exactly. Okay, how did you guys do? What'd you come up with? No, I don't know why I keep putting this white out of the way today. It has been out so much today. I think it's just one of those days. There. Okay. Let's see here. What did you guys come up with? Stop that there. Elizabeth, for me, I am finding that I am needing more sleep as my body is slowly healing, and that is so true. You definitely need that. You feel like, again, your mind feels like it wants to just get back at it, and you want to go and do everything. But your body isn't 100% yet, and you need to give it that time. Obvious. It seems obvious to say it, but then we don't do it, and then we wonder why we start getting sick again, and why we are tired and making mistakes, and etc., right? Kat, my main goal is to write daily. I have been good at doing that this year, except that one day where I didn't write at all. Hey, and you're going to have days like that. That's perfectly normal. Any questions about the math, or is everybody feeling pretty good? Mine broke down to 10 hours for my main goal, which is health. I have a feeling what's going to happen in April is I'm going to have to swap the big goal to the developmental editing course, and health is going to sit the reduced amount of time, which I'm not looking forward to doing, but reality says I think I'm going to need that kind of time. So for now, I've got health as my big goal, development, editing, and writing as my mediums, and they kind of been helping each other a little bit, because as I'm actually, the development editing course is really informing my writing, so they're kind of similar, but not similar. And then the other three are sort of just get an hour each. Since I tend to, that's kind of just my setup and organization type things. Usually when I'm doing this with you guys, that's, it's kind of part of the doing part of it. So I'll take that out of the actual doing time versus the setup time. Let's see. Lori, I figured that goal 1 will take 28 hours. Medium goals are 14 hours. 2 goals. Okay. You've got this. You've got this one. You can do that. Okay, guys. And then our last ingredient, we have that 5% plus a rounded down remainder of time that is unspoken for. There's a good reason for this, is because this is the most important protected time there is, self-care. And before, I always put just an arbitrary number down, and I realized that life got in the way, and then it never actually happened. So now it's part of this formula, and it is that very important 5% that we need to keep in mind, right? And having buffer time is a form of self-care, guys. If that remainder that you put in there, that can be wiggled around a little bit, so that if you need more time on one of the other goals, you have something to reach for, right? Let's see. Elizabeth, a small goal of mine is to journal a few times this week. I am feeling frustrated with where my body is at, but I have to do what I need to do for myself. Yes, true. Heather, mine was more than it was last month. It'll be less though, since getting back from last week. Big is 8 hours. Okay, that's good. My smaller goal will take, I think that says 3 hours each. It's behind the heart. Okay, guys, we're going to dive on into our next section and our second page. Now we're going to do stage 4. This is our plotting and the plan. You know that scene in any movie where they create their plan and then, things don't quite go to plan? Well, this is us setting up our plan, but with the hopes that things actually do happen the way we want them to. So definition is a series of related events making up the story. So we're going to only put things onto our plotting section and plan that are going to move these goals forward. We are going to try to keep out the things that will be distractions, or that won't actually make any change in terms of our progress. Let's see. Oh, 3.5. Okay. Let's see. Heather ended up putting self-care as a medium goal. Oh, well, you can do both if you want, or you can use the self-care and rename it as just your buffer, and keep that 5% plus the remainder as that's extra time that you can reach for should you need it, right? And the plan is an intention or decision about what one is going to do. And that's what we are simply trying to do, is create our intention for the week ahead of what we want to get done, so we know, and when we sit down to work, we're not thinking about what do we need to do, we know what we need to do. Let's see. Rita, I only ended up with 2 hours for self-care, but I also include 2 hours of night for reading. So do I. And I also have an extra 5 hours for Yes, exactly. And HB90 is kind of self-care in of itself. That planning is going to inform the next 3 months for you. And that's going to make life easier going forward, right? Let's see, Lori, question. Do we break down our protected time goals using the plotting section on the next page? You will put all those categories in there, and then we'll be like your like my number one was health, and I just write health under the plotting section, health, development, editing, writing, YouTube, social media, and then driving, and then the self-care I already labeled for you guys. But yeah, you just basically want to put your headers on there so that you know. And the other thing that I do, and this one I haven't put down, but I put the time that I calculated just in the corner of that section, so that let's see here. So that way it's a reminder to myself that I only have 10 hours to give to health, which is less probably than I need. But the reality is, if I want to get the other stuff done, that's what I need, right? Okay, guys, our next one will be projects. Ongoing, recurring, new, on hold, and pulled from your monthly, quarterly plan that has been designated for this week, with the hope that things are lining up and they still fit. Okay, guys, I'll get a 2-minute timer up. I guess I've actually designed this thing with timers. But that's okay. Okay, guys, so try to only think in terms of the projects that are going to move you forward on your goals. Okay, guys, and go. Typing. Okay, how did you guys do? I'm trimming back here on mine because I know I don't actually know how long it's going to take to get that editorial letter together. Yes, I have a first draft of it, but I'm adding 6 chapters worth of information to it to fill it out. And So I'm going to trim back the other ones. I mean, I'll have that time there, but I really am going to keep it sort of lighter on what I do for them. That way I can for sure make sure I have as much time as possible to be organized with this. Let's see. So part of this is that. Okay. So what did you guys come up with? What are you looking forward to? And I also decided, because I'm kind of so lost in the weeds when it comes to the one project, the new one, that I'm just going to use this week to start typing up Project Hidden. And it'll be easy. It'll be an easier task to take on in terms of what I'll be working on in writing. It needs to get done, and I think it's a good week for it because I don't think I have the brain power right now to do the editorial stuff and that and create a brand new story. So I think I'm going to just swap it around and use it as an opportunity to just get some typing done, and it'll be a completely different feel. I think that'll be good. All right, guys, our next one is our business tasks. These are supporting your goals, and we have a few to choose from. You have your admin tasks. You have your business goal setting, planning, I should say. You have your daily, weekly, monthly planning. Your HB90 may or may not fit in here. That's going to take a little bit more time, so I don't make your plan work for that, okay? Let's see, budget planning if you do that. Banking, if you have any banking that you have to get done for business. Meetings that you might have to take part in, either in person or online. And then any workshops or courses that you need to take. Now, when it comes to this one, this can include like watching YouTube and stuff like that too, right? We can learn from, we don't necessarily have to have an official workshop or course to go on this list. Often you can find a lot of information on YouTube that you could just learn from. So if there's a skill you're trying to improve that supports one of your main categories, that's okay too. So skill-paced videos and reading, because face it, we get our information from many sources, right? And then live sprints that you want to attend so that you can literally lock down some of that, some of the time to work on your goals. Let's see. Elizabeth, I am looking forward to finishing this developmental draft in Q2. Nice. Lori, my biggest project, as mentioned earlier, is to write Act 1, 6 chapters. I need to spend around 4 hours on my website. Interesting. I like that. 4 hours. Oh, that's going to look good when you're done. Let's see. Lori, also need to catch up on Publish and Thrive Mod 5 and start Mod 6. You've got that. You got this. Elizabeth, plus I do want to write short stories and post them on Vocal Media. I've never heard of that. Very cool. Yeah. New platform. Yay. Posting short stories on Vocal Media will be something I'll start in Q2. I plan to write, edit, and post 3 to 6 short stories. Hey, I love that. Heather to Lori, glad I'm not the only one needing to catch up on Mod 5. If I recall, that one is chunky. You're probably behind, and most people are behind because that one was a beast, if I recall. Okay, guys, let's take your 2 minutes here and figure out what it is that out of these pieces support your goal. Don't take on more than you can do, but take in the things that you think will help move you forward this week, and go. So we got Saturday, got now let's do Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Let's see. Elizabeth, I stopped doing Publish and Thrive so that I could give more space for my body to heal and I could still have energy for, pardon me, for writing and the other things in life that I do and need to do. Yeah, for sure. And you know what, guys? It feels good to keep up with everybody and do it together. But at the same time, you got to work with what your schedule has in it, right? So don't feel bad if it takes you a little bit longer. You can still learn from the Q&As as you watch them, and then go back and maybe questions that come up from watching it, you can, write those out and then go back into the videos to find out the answers. Just do what works for you. Don't burn out, guys. Don't burn out. All right. So what did you guys come up with? I'm hoping to hit a couple more lives this week. I don't know, maybe Mondays, but I got to really sit down with the schedule because we've made so many modifications to our heart breathing schedule of late that I feel like I don't even know half the time. I'm like missing things like there. I'll come on like just as it ends and stuff like that. So I need to actually do myself a favor, get a good old index card or something, keep it on my desk, and just write everybody's schedule out so that when I sit down to do this, I can actually see where the times work. As I said, I thought that a lot of my eldest daughter's stuff would be done this week already, and it's not. So I thought I would get more me time, but no. Let's see. Elizabeth, I plan to do Publish Survive in the next round. Sarah does. Yeah, that'll be like August, right? So, and keep in mind that you could also do it at a slower pace. And when we get up to August, then maybe just do the refreshers of what you need or just the Q&As, right? Okay, guys, let's do our next one here, which is the plan. This I'm going to give us 2 minutes just to add in any more little detailing that we might. So let's take a couple minutes to start breaking the projects down to the tasks we will complete this week, the plot points, the chapters, the scenes. I think of those visually, right, guys? And the tools we will use to support them, like live sprints, new knowledge, targets, and journaling. Journaling is powerful, guys. Highly recommend. Let's see, Heather, I'm waiting till after HB90 to do mod 5 to not burn out. Smart. But I need to respond to an email about starting business and type of I don't know what tell us what ZP is. Let's see, Lori, I plan on doing lives every night. I do my admin work every morning, which takes about an hour. Other tasks I need to consider fitting in P&T and mods for mod 6. Okay, guys. So this is just an extra little 2 minutes just to fill out anything that you might want in more detail of breaking things down and giving yourself the targets, the journaling, the skills that you might want to be looking into, and go. Do diamonds here maybe for these. That would work, yeah. Hard. Maybe Friday with Janice. What's that? 5 p.m. So these ones are learning. That's support. Mm. Okay. I hope that helped to give you a little more time to flesh things out. I was able to, I want to be on Diane's on, actually, what happened Thursday? Ha ha ha, that's funny. I know what my schedule looks like on that. So I'm going to go, I want to pop in, because Tuesday I should be able to do it. So I want to be on Tuesday with Diane, and I'm going to try for Friday with Jenna. Not entirely sure. Monday is probably just, I gotta be realistic. I know it's not gonna happen. I want to go hang out with Trace, but no way. Life will not let me. This is why we do this, guys, so we can actually see what works, all right? All right, guys. Now we're gonna move on the protagonist. You, the character who drives the action, and this is kind of just taking care of us and taking some stock of some of the things we've been doing to ourselves and some changes we might want to make. So the first one is what bad choices you've been making that are affecting your overall health, energy, and concentration. The example I use is the drinking water in place of sugary drinks. Recently, I have been enjoying chippies again, and I should not. They don't make me feel very good, and they may taste yummy in the eating part, but yeah, I don't think I should. Okay, guys. So let's, what's something that you would like to change this week that you've been doing? I want to improve my energy, and I know I like snack foods, but I find that the naughtier they are, they don't give me energy, they take energy away. So my small one is going to be just to reduce. I'm not going to cut them out immediately because then I'll probably cry a little bit. I'm just going to reduce to smaller bowl, and that way, because I was back to reaching for because I was like using the excuse I was like sharing with my daughter and husband. Well, then I basically was eating it myself. No, so I'm gonna put in like something super tiny, so that way I cannot have more, and then put them away. Like just put them away. Don't even leave them out, right? All right, guys. What do you think you would like to work on for your misbelief? Anything that you think you've been doing? My walking is off because I've been so busy with coursework. I'm heavily debating on getting like a walking pad or something. I have a standing desk. I could get one. I have to look at this room and whether or not I can fit one. That'll be key. But I have a feeling, I need to do something a little different in terms of getting back to that. Let's see, Elizabeth, I had been overthinking things. This neurological problem I have has been taking up a lot of my brain space, and I want to just take some pressure off myself and just focus on writing and not, that's part 2, and not how much writing I get done, as long as I can, I get a bit done with writing 5 to 6 days between Monday and Saturday. Yeah, for sure. And if you need, like I said, give yourself a tiny little minimum. That way you just have something to kind of launch off of. And if you're really having a day that sucks, you can say, I got my 250 words, right? But generally speaking, what happens is you get into it and you start enjoying yourself and you write, 2,000 words or whatever, right? So enjoy it. All right, guys, our next one is our new continued skills. What knowledge are you lacking? So sources can be YouTube, books, and courses. Is it free? Do you have to apply for it, or do you just purchase it? Which one you need to do. Your reading and study time. I highly recommend, even when watching like YouTube videos for information, if something resonates with you, write it down. Have a commonplace notebook or some kind of something to keep track of the information that really resonates with you so that you can refer back to it. Especially if it's helping you with your processes, right? Let's see. Heather, I'm adding back in Gatorade for electrolyte boost. Helps with brain fog. See, airs. You're a genius. I love you, hun. I've been looking for something since stupid COVID. I still swear my brain, like, literally this, the 8 chapters that we're using for the editorial letter for this class. I've read them. I've taken sort of some notes on them. I've actually processed them. COVID hit and I feel like I'm starting over. Like it's not in there. So if that helps, I'm reaching for some. Thank you. Lori, as always, I need to go to bed by 11, need to drink more water and cut down on the coffee, and I need to make my office space more manageable. Yeah, my office space has, I almost want to call this like winter creep. I don't know. It's like, it's so, even in the garage, it's so cold and stuff that I really don't want, nobody wants to go in there and put anything away. So you kind of end up living with it because you don't really want to go put it back because it's too cold on the floor. So yeah, I'm looking forward to spring and things warming up. Let's see, Elizabeth, yes, I want to focus on doing at least 1 to 2 15-minute writing sprints each day. Oh, I love that. That works. Your coursework, your practice time, you want to have that practice time so you can start mastering the skill and using the skill. That's why I actually really appreciate this course, because the homework isn't just analytical, and what did you learn, but making us use it is so sweet. I love it. And she gives us feedback. So when we miss the mark, she tells us how we missed, right? Which I'm loving. Let's see, Rita, my writing room needs help and a reset too. Like I said, I think it's a winter thing. It just kind of happens. Things kind of end up in your space that you don't want there, but they're there, right? And then your evaluation, guys. Okay, so let's take 2 minutes and figure out what new skills you may want to start bringing in. These do not have to happen this week, guys. This would just be something that's maybe you've been thinking about, a weakness that you kind of feel you would like to kind of support, something maybe you've been doing or working on in your goals that you feel like is kind of lacking, and just giving yourself just that little bit of a direction. And then you can start maybe with YouTube videos, and then maybe go into a course if you feel that you need it. Right? And then we can start kind of making a plan, right? This is kind of like the getting ahead thing as well. Like we want to start seeing where we're finding things that needs a little extra support, and go. Um, So what did you guys come up with? Let's see, Elizabeth. I want to learn about posting on vocal media. Perfect. And also learn about formatting a short story. This work will be done in Q2. Oh, love that. Yes. You've got a time, you've got a, when you want to do it, you have specific things you want to look at into for structure. And yeah, I love that. Beautiful. Mine's not quite as neat because I was sort of thinking about something. I'm reading a book that I'm quite enjoying on outlining. It's a slightly different approach, and I'm kind of enjoying it. And I kind of want to see if I can get my hands on the book itself. Let's see here. Bring it up here. Where are we here? Okay. You're probably gonna, yep, you're gonna, I can't show the picture because it will mess me up. So it's Secrets to Outlining a Novel, and it's just kind of a nice approach, and I kind of enjoying it. So let's see here. You're gonna focus the green one there, Secrets to Outlining a Novel. Sorry, it's so small. I can't pull it up without completely messing up where I am in the book. Let's see, Heather, the email I have to do is for the county small business classes and workshops, and add in more end of month reading for stories. Love that. Lori, new skills, updating a website. Smart. Book covers and marketing. This has been ongoing for several months now and probably won't change. Hey, that's okay. And it's sort of things we're fitting in, right? They are supporting us, but at the same time, you know, we do have to, we're still doing the thing while we're trying to improve the thing, right? So it changes how we get things done, right? Let's see. Okay, something weird on there. Let's see. Rita, continue exploring with Canva. Love that. Start and take notes with the time management videos from Tracy, and continue with Permanent. Love that. Beautiful. Let's see. Daily habits. What 3 to 5 things do you want to work on daily this week? What goals are they connected to? So I'm using the example of 5K per day is connected to your health goal. Daily writing is connected to your writing goal. Let's see. We have Cat, Duolingo, both Spanish and Japanese. Ooh, sweet choices. Nice. Okay, guys. So what kind of things do you want to be working on this week in terms of those daily habits? I got to get back to, I have to put a number count, I think, on my walking, because I was trying to do like a time thing, and that is too easy for me to ignore because I can go, oh, I did it. No, I didn't. So if I do go back to the 5 or 6K, then I will actually see it. This is going to support that and tell me whether or not I did it. And then I can use the plan of getting up multiple times and taking breaks from my desk, which is kind of where I've been glued to for the last bit. See, Lori to Rita, I love Canva. I use it all the time. It's a beautiful program. It's so sweet. Okay, guys. So let's figure out some of the things you want to work on for your daily habits this week. I'm going to put walking. I'm going to be realistic, and I'm going to say 5K because I don't think this week's going to allow me to get 6 per day. I want to get back to doing some core exercises. I don't do those technically every day, but I want to do them the majority of the week, so we're going to get them down the list. Let's see. Rita, I hated it until I took the Author 2 workshop with Jenna, so I'm feeling more comfortable with it. Oh, I love that. Yeah, and again, that's finding a source and getting the information and just giving yourself the support you need, right? What do I need? Writing is going to be, I'm just going to go with the typing. I'm going to say Project Hidden, and I'm going to try to even if I type a page a day, I kind of am ready to get that in a computer. That's kind of important. So 1 page, it's something, I'll accept it. It'll be a break from what I'm doing. It's a different thing that I'll be working on. I'll enjoy. Let's see, organization. 2, writing 5 to 6 days a week. 3, I need to be consistent with flossing every night. Beautiful, I love that. Nice, I love the health. I like the organization and the writing. Sweet. As for Night writing, that did not happen because I actually just got some sleep. So that's a good thing. I think my body needed it. I was just like done. Okay, guys, our next one is refill the well. These are our fun joy list. These are your favorite activities: getting outdoors, moving your body, trying something new, journaling and planning support you and help you to succeed and give you the time that you need. Reading, playing games, doesn't matter. Card, video, or board game, they're all good for your soul. And then giving yourself a buffer as well. Making sure that you give yourself the time and the kind of time that you need, right? Let's see. Lori, write 1 chapter a day equals writing goals. No caffeine after 7 p.m. is a health goal. OT exercise is a health goal, and website is business goal. Oh, love that. That's beautiful. Perfect. Beautiful structure. Phyllis is joining us and going, yes. Perfect. Love that. I'm going to add caffeine. I kind of want to wipe caffeine out, guys. I think I love it, but I think I need to find a different beverage. I really do. Refill the well. Writing and drawing. Love that. Yeah, I'm trying to get the daughter to find us another one-shot for D&D so we can just do some D&D this week. I think that'd be absolutely awesome, and I think that'd be just the best self-care for both of us because we both love it. We get an absolute kick out of it, and it just would be something that I think we're trying to make more and more time for it, but we don't really seem to have the time for a big campaign. So those one shots are really good because then we can sit down and feel really like we really got to, kill all the monsters and have a good time. Let's see. And reading. So refill it all, reading and drawing. I meant to write reading. No writing. Yes, exactly. Okay. All right, guys, our next one is just a note. Movement can be combined with other low energy tasks, such as watching lecture videos on YouTube or whatever your platform choice is, reading or listening to podcasts. I started listening to Writing Excuses podcast the other day. I was looking for more information sort of in terms of the editorial letter and sort of ideas of how I want to sort of shape it. So I was looking for that and I found a great one on there. So yeah, and it was a great way because I was able to keep moving and doing physical stuff while I listened to this great podcast. So incorporate your movement with, because you can definitely learn and move and just kind of give yourself that extra knowledge as you're using your body, right? Okay, guys, finally, we're going to move on to story beats. This is the frame over which you drape your plot. So the first one we're going to do is our storyboard. Thinking in terms of full days. Have all the time in the world. Half days tend to be when you have the day job and the remaining time is yours. Pinch days are the work all day, appointments, chaos, errands, somebody else throws something out at you and you basically want to cry because everything's ended up on one day. Your life task days, which are your errands and chore days, try to combine everything as much as you can into 1 or 2 days a week. That way you're not interrupting your creative time and you can take more control over your time. And then your days off, true days off where you just relax and do the fun things on your joy list. All right, guys, let's take 2 minutes and fill out our week. You'll see it on the corner here. Let's see here, in here, this little column there. All right, and let's proceed. Yes, I have. It's going to be the HB90. This one's going to be T. Okay. Um, I put down Sunday as a full day because I really want to work on HB90. I don't know if that's a wise choice. It should maybe a half day, but I'm I'm going to try, not recommended, but I want to try to get it done, a good chunk of it in the first day. And that way maybe the later part will maybe just be the post-its or something, and I'll use my Kanban board. Let's see. Now, deep focus. I think we're not going to start combining these because often when we think about the time that we'll have for a day, it kind of comes into mind very quickly as to what you want to use that time for. So which goal will you focus on per session? Think in blocks of 2 to 3 hours. And what is your agenda for these sessions? Save these for your big and medium goals. Okay, guys. So I am going to, I won't put a timer on, we'll just chat and do this one. So I have no choice but to use the developable editing for Monday and Tuesday because it is due Wednesday. So I got to get that thing done, finished, and handed in. So between today, tomorrow, and the next day, I hopefully will be able to hand it in on Tuesday. If I'm sliding in under the wire, I'll go in on Wednesday. I don't want to do that. Some writing on the weekend, maybe with Jenna, and then on Saturday with you guys with my live, and then our planning as well. And then Sunday will be dedicated to HB90. And that way I can just really dive on in and dig deep and let that happen. And hopefully have a solid plan for the quarter because I so need one. Okay, guys. So what are you going to do for your, when are you going to do your big goals? And when are you going to work on your medium goals? Which dates are you going to give them? And do they tie into your plan as you already have it created? I tied the writing to Diane's sprints and Jenna's sprints on Friday. I think those will be the times that I use for that. And on my own sprints as well, and then the other one was just based on deadline, and then of course when everything launches. So let us know. Okay, and so stage 7 is our rising action, all the events that happen in a story on the way to the climax. We don't know yet what the climax will be because it is yet unwritten, but we're going to take our plan and we're going to do our best to make it happen and check all those boxes, right, guys? So the outline, you're going to create your master plan ideal week. Definitely, I recommend. I try to use this guide because it allows me to really see when I'm having interruptions. Oh, the light's going to hate that. There. And I can actually map out when I'm working, when things are going to interrupt. On Thursdays, I gave up. I used to try to put a little space in the morning. It never happened. It wasn't quite enough time. If anything, I steal a 15 minutes or 30 minutes and do something, but getting it down was never consistent because it depended on what else was going on in the morning. So I gave up on writing that out. But now if I actually fill out the other days and give them those actual block times, then I know which ones I'm going to be able to sit down and do. And I find myself stopping a little bit earlier on the days when I have to leave because I was not leaving myself enough time to go and get ready. You're going to secure your protected time in your planner by blocking out those times that you're going to work and honoring them, being true to them. You're going to schedule in your self-care, your mental health, and your buffer days that we've got that we're taking from our monthly planning and our quarterly planning. And of course, guys, this is your first draft of the weekly plan. You can make adjustments. Things can be moved around. Do not sweat that kind of stuff. Life happens, and sometimes you have to zig or zag, and that's okay. You have the plan so you can get back to it and get the work done. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope that you have a solid plan for the week ahead, and you are ready for another amazing week. Did you guys have any questions or anything? I think that I have a few little modifications I still want to make here as we kind of go through it. I didn't want to do it last week because I was like, again, with that brain fog. But I kind of want to make only changes that I think will serve us and serve the system. And sometimes I found before I would change something, and I think I was semi-breaking it, to be honest. You guys are too nice to say it, but I think I was breaking a little bit. So I want to make sure that we have a nice streamlined system that just allows us to take everything in that we need to do, get it down on paper, process what that means for us each week by week, and actually have a solid plan. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Now it's time to reset your space and get your planner out and create your plan for next week on paper and figure out what's going to be done when, and get the washi tape out, the stickers, the markers and highlighters, and make it pretty and fun and functional. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I will see you guys on Saturday for our writing sprints and for our plan with me. And then Sunday, I'll see you guys all for HB90. You are so welcome, Candace. Thank you, guys. I will see you again soon. Kick back, relax, and yeah, enjoy your planners. The template has been so helpful. Thanks. I barely wrote in my notebook. Oh, I love that. I love hearing that. Thank you. Yeah, guys, any suggestions, any thoughts, let me know. Then we can kind of mod things out. I found that it's the same information that we're kind of processing. So why are we writing everything out longhand and making it harder for ourselves? We don't have to. So I'm glad the template is working. You are so welcome, Heather. Thank you, guys. I will see you throughout the week. Hopefully, for sure, Diane's Tuesday and Jenna's Friday, and the other ones will be hit or miss, to be honest. But I want to hang out with you guys throughout the week, too, so I'm going to try. Okay, guys, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you next weekend for sure. And if not, I'll see you throughout the week. Bye, guys.